Hello everybody, my name is Andrew from Team Respawn, and this is kind of a discussion video of something that was going through my mind this week, and I kind of wanted to make a video about it. And it's really revolving around how I believe, in my opinion, that Halo Wars will hopefully revive the RTS drought that's happening on consoles right now, because we really haven't had a good RTS on a console really since the last generation of systems on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, and I haven't really seen anything that's all that good to dive into in terms of an RTS on PS4 and Xbox One. So Halo Wars 2 and the remastered of Halo Wars coming out next year, early next year, is going to be a good indication to see if hopefully this will help kickstart any dead franchises that we haven't seen on the 360 and the PS3 in quite some time. So I'm going to go ahead and go through here some fine points that I've kind of typed up here on my notepad file and kind of dive into it. So just a little bit of history for you. I kind of dove into RTS. Actually, I started out on PC with Age of Empires was my first RTS game, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was something really cool when I was a kid, and of course Age of Empires 2, Age of Mythology, games like that. And then once I got a 360, I learned that there were some RTS games on there, and they're actually pretty good. The first one I played was Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2. It came out very early in the last console's life cycle. It was either a launch game of the 360 or like right after the launch of the 360. And I mean, it was a good game. There was a lot of good parts and some bad parts, of course, as most RTS games on consoles have. But I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was a great game. And then I really got into RTS on consoles when Command & Conquer 3 came out on the 360. It was Command & Conquer 3, Tiberium Wars, and then the expansion pack kind of refined the bad parts of Command & Conquer 3. So Kane's Wrath was very, very good on the 360. It was almost identical to playing on PC. I just played it on PC here a few weeks ago for the first time, and it's very similar, and the gameplay is almost identical. There are also some other, I would put them in like the okay category of RTS games on console. There was Tom Clancy's End War, which I haven't put that much time into, but it was supposed to be like this kind of, you can control everything with your voice kind of thing, and I don't think it really panned out as much as they thought it would. I picked it up to try it, and I haven't tried it yet. I got it from GameStop for like 40 cents. It was actually kind of hilarious on how cheap that game was. And then I also tried Ruse, or Ruse, however you say it. It was made by Ubisoft. It was kind of not a full-fledged RTS game, but it kind of has a RTS kind of feel to it. So I played that, and it's actually pretty good. And then there was Supreme Commander, which I know there's a few people who follow me that are big fans of Supreme Commander. I honestly don't get it at all. I tried it, and I got frustrated like immediately. And maybe it's the control scheme, maybe it's that you barely tap the right stick and you zoom out like 800 miles. But I didn't like Supreme Commander, but I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just not for me. And then, of course, I think what's the best RTS game ever made on consoles is Halo Wars, and it's not necessarily just for the controls. I think they really perfected the whole control thing on the console, but they also did some really cool things too, like the having all your buildings locked on a central base location. I thought was really interesting, because every RTS game ever, you always build separate buildings for each specific thing you want your faction to do, whether it's like a barracks, a vehicle depot, what have you. Halo Wars put all the buildings together in one place, so it's easy to have all your buildings organized and things like that. And also the ability where you don't have to go out and venture and find resources like you do in other RTS games, like Command & Conquer specifically. You're always going for an oil field or a Tiberium field or whatever, whereas in Halo Wars, the resources just show up as long as you have a supply pad. So I thought that was a really cool thing that they did for Halo Wars, and really made it for both hardcore RTS fans and newcomers to the RTS genre to enjoy a RTS game on console, and I thought they did a phenomenal job. But really, since Red Alert 3, I believe it was, I think that came out in like 2011 or 2010 on the 360, you really haven't seen any RTS games on consoles. And I'm kind of curious as to why. I think the obvious big reason why you don't see any RTS games on consoles is they just don't sell that well. Halo Wars was the biggest selling RTS game on a console, and I think it only sold like 3 or 4 million copies which may seem like a lot, but for a Halo game, it's actually pretty small if I'm understanding the sales of games correctly. And really, since then, you haven't seen all that much. And I guess it's not a big return on investment. A lot of these game companies don't publish a lot of more RTS games on. And also, a lot of people that used to play RTS have kind of moved over to the whole MOBA scene because, Dota started from Warcraft 3, which was an RTS, and MOBAs still are kind of very RTS-y in terms of like the camera angle and just different things with MOBAs are very similar to RTSs. So I think that whole scene has taken off so much, it actually has hurt the RTS field in terms of what you have. Because on PC, you still have really good RTS series. You have the Total War series, the Warhammer series. Company of Heroes is my favorite on PC. But none of these have made the jump to console. And I think it's terrible. I think console is a great place for RTS if you can really nail those controls down like Halo Wars did. So I'm really hoping here that Halo Wars 2, if enough of you people out there actually buy Halo Wars 2, that it'll help kickstart and bring some more awesome RTS games to console. Like, I don't know if Command & Conquer 4 is that good. I've never played it, but maybe that'll come to Xbox One or PS4. Maybe they'll make another Ruse, maybe an End War 2. I don't know. Maybe Company of Heroes will make the jump to console. I'm not sure. But I think if enough people buy Halo Wars 2, a lot of game companies will say, okay, people actually do want RTS games on console, so we should make them for them. And hopefully Halo Wars 2 is cross-compatible with PC, because Halo Wars 2, if you don't know, if you buy the Definitive Edition, which is only $20 more than the standard one, you get a remastered copy of the original Halo Wars on both Xbox One and PC. I'm going to bet the farm that they're going to be cross-platform compatible, like you're playing Halo Wars or Halo Wars 2 on your Xbox One, and you can find people on PC. And I think if Halo Wars sells enough units, game companies are going to be like, all right, we need to make an RTS on console that is cross-platform compatible with what we have on PC, which is just a good thing for gamers. If you're into playing it on PC, go ahead and play it on PC. If you're on console, play it on console, and there's going to be enough people playing online to where you're always finding a match. You're kind of not stranded out there searching for 30 minutes for a game. You do that sometimes in Halo Wars. So yeah, that's kind of it. Hopefully, I really hope more RTSs show up on consoles, because I love RTS games, and I love playing them on consoles as well. I do like playing RTSs on PC, but I haven't played them. It's been so long since I've actually gotten really into an RTS on PC that I'm actually just borderline terrible at it, and I get slaughtered every time. So hopefully I can get better at it, and maybe I'll enjoy it more. Or if there's a way to add controller to support to PC RTS games, I think that'll be a big help as well. Anyway, post a comment down below of what series you would like to see in terms of RTS on the PS4 or the Xbox One. Do you want another End War? Do you want a Supreme Commander 3 on Halo, or on not Halo Wars, on the Xbox One? Post a comment down below. I'd really be interested to see on what you guys post. And if you're new to this channel, or this is the first video you discovered of us, we are a RTS/Halo Wars channel. We love making RTS game footage, especially on Halo Wars. Until next time, thank you for watching. I'm Andrew from Team Respawn, and I'll see you later.